Right.
And I for surely thought after how dominating Oklahoma's defense looked against Alabama that this game was going to be a lot larger margin of a game.
I did too.
I thought for sure Oklahoma was about to upset Alabama.
I did too.
And I was going to be real stoked because that one lined up a little bit better.
It wasn't really upset though. Oklahoma was 8th and Alabama was 9th, right?
Yeah, but still, I mean, if we're thinking about it, would be an upset because then you wouldn't be playing a team that everybody, all the critics are saying was supposed to go all the way to the championship game.
Right.
So in that case, yes, it would be an upset because you got beat by Oklahoma twice.
Right.
So that's why that would be an upset.
Oh yeah, man, that was crazy. But now we figure out who we're playing against.
Yeah, it looks like we're playing against Alabama. So
yeah, most of our coaches that are Kalen DeBoer, the head coach, now went left IU to go to God, where was the first? I can't remember now.
Washington.
No, he went before that. He left Fresno State.
I think so.
I think Fresno State, then Washington, then to Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
So and of course everybody followed him. QB coach for Sheridan and our QB coach for Sheridan was our offensive coordinator. He's of course leaving off to Michigan State now. He's always been a co-offensive coordinator at Alabama. And then you have former defensive coordinator Kane Womack, great defensive coordinator. He really is, adjusts well. You know, our DB coach Jason Jones and our former safety coach. You know, so
this is going to be a battle.
The strength coach there, David Ballou, is actually an IU grad and a strength and conditioning coach under Tom Allen. He was highly jumping up and down and stuff. So that's kind of cool. And he was a good worker in an IU alum. So we're going to be playing a lot of our former coaches here.
And to correct you on this, we can have a lot of jumping around and having fun after this game. Now you're enemy number one and you're on our way. So
even in the locker room though, it's kind of funny, you know how Coach Allen did the Indiana fight song afterwards. Even they're doing that at Alabama now. Yeah, so it's kind of different to see that.
Yeah, I think it's all fun and games, but right now, you know, we know who we're facing. We got a week left.
Right.
You know, right now you're in our way and you're public enemy number one.
Yeah, a lot of Alabama fans online and everywhere else are saying that Alabama's going to blow us out. I mean, and there was even one kid that was kind of stupid. Indiana didn't play anybody. They're like, it was on there. Indiana didn't play anybody all year, and they only had those big wins. And he didn't even mention Ohio State. He was like, you know, wins against a weak Penn State team and a Oregon team that was fallen, and I'm like, what? This guy doesn't know what the hell he's talking about.
No,
go ahead.
A lot of people don't understand the kind of theory that goes on inside the Big Ten.
Yeah,
you put Oregon up against one of your little SEC teams.
Yeah,
you put Oregon against one of your SEC teams. I bet you Oregon walks out with the win.
Yeah, Texas Tech is a Big 12 team, right?
Yeah,
so they're not going to play the SEC, but Texas Tech's a hell of a football team.
Yeah,
we have the other games that went on. You know, Miami, Texas A&M. I was really, really, really surprised at that game.
Yeah, that game right there was probably one of the most hard-hitting and physical games that I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought the Oregon versus IU game was a hard-hitting physical game.
Right.
But this one definitely topped it overall.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, it did. It topped them over, you know. I was really surprised at how low it was, because I thought that, you know, Miami's got a really good offensive defensive line, which they showed, and Texas A&M just couldn't finish it.
No, Texas A&M couldn't finish it at all, and I wasn't shocked it was a low-scoring game.
You weren't? I was kind of shocked. I thought Miami would have done, and both of them would have had more points.
Well, you got to take into the fact of the weather conditions that were over there too.
That was really windy.
It was windy.
Horribly windy.
That poor kid had a nice leg on him during game day. A shout out to him. He definitely blew my mind when he said he was going to put $900K in the charity and then $100,000 for him and his guys to put towards the house. And I'm like,
that's kind of cool.
My dad would have probably whooped my ass if I did that.
Yeah, definitely.
He'd be running over that gate.
Then even that, Pat McAfee had another $500,000.
Mm-hmm.
So they would have $600,000, and that wind just pulled that ball to the right.
He had that thing down the middle. The wind hit. He even waited for the wind to stop, and then it picked up right at the right time. And took the ball. And
not only that, though, the kickers and punters at both teams, the whole game, like these guys are that's what they do. Had a hard time that game.
Yeah,
with the wind, it was really crazy.
Miami absolutely, came and conquered. Props to them for winning a game at the 12th man.
Yeah, that's
a hard stadium,
a tough place to play. Very loud, very loud. So they go against Ohio State.
Yeah, that's where it gets iffy for me because I want Big Ten to win out regardless.
Right, you want Big Ten versus Big Ten in the championship game.
Yeah.
No.
I do because it's gonna look good on the Big Ten. I don't because I like having a bit of a scramble a game.
Right.
The way I'm looking at it right now, there's a bunch of odds going in. I don't think Ohio State has the power, but they have the speed to go up against Georgia.
Yeah, Georgia. Georgia still has to win their game also.
Yeah, Georgia still has to win their game also, but we'll have to see. Also, I'm looking at this right. There's not any, 12-0 teams. All the SEC has a loss, but there's one team out there that has
still
0
defeated, and
that's Indiana. So remember that.
Yeah, I do remember that very well.
I'm letting the SEC know. This is how they get ranked. Right? They face a team that was pre-ranked in the season.
Yeah.
They beat that team, and then they get ranked higher because they beat a ranked team.
Right.
Okay.
They beat 4 ranked teams this year, I think.
4, right. But,
during the season.
However, it's the same thing that goes on in the Big Ten.
Right.
But we won through winning at Oregon,
right,
who was number 3 at the time.
Right.
We won against Illinois,
who was ranked 6, right?
Who was ranked 9.
9th, that's right.
They were ranked 9.
Dominated them. Beat them like a dog.
And then we beat the man. To become the man, you got to beat the man.
Beat the man. We beat Ohio State.
We beat Ohio State.
And people, Penn State, I'm really interested to see what happens in their bowl game. Man, because they're a good team too. The coaches just on fire. So Ole Miss too. I mean, that's gonna be interesting there.
Yeah, I'm pretty interested to see how those games pan out. But
yeah,
more talk about Oklahoma and Alabama. Oklahoma absolutely. If you're looking at the stats wise right here, 362 total yards.
Yeah, they dominated on everything.
18 first downs, 5 for 50 penalties, 7 for 18 third down, 1 for 1 on fourth down. Even their time of possession was even longer than that.
Yeah, Oklahoma really dominated that game, and I was really surprised Alabama won that game.
Mm-hmm.
Basically won it in the mistakes. So going on, and they made the adjustments on defense. I think they were playing a lot of zone. Switched it up a little bit to like a man zone stunts and stuff in the front. Started confusing Oklahoma a lot, and Mater didn't have the time to throw before he was getting a lot of time. And then Alabama's offensive line adjusted, and Ty Simpson had time to throw. And
when he didn't have any time.
He didn't have any time. Yeah, it was less than 2 seconds, 2.5, 3 seconds to throw the ball in the first quarter and a half, and then he was getting like 4 seconds, 5 seconds in the second half.
Yeah,
they made the proper adjustments, and it went on from there.
Yeah, that's something that Indiana we're gonna have to put on. It's the same Indiana Ohio State method. You need to apply pressure to Ty Simpson.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to.
If you apply pressure to Ty Simpson and he has no time to throw, then he's not going to win that game.
No.
That's who they solely rely on.
And they have a young. Their Alabama's tackle is a sophomore, I believe, or a freshman, and their tight end, their main tight end, got hurt, so they have younger tight end freshman too, I believe, or freshman, redshirt freshman, or whatever, on there, and they could not block on that right side.
No.
If we could apply pressure to that right side, and that asked the question with Stephen Daly out, or I mean, because if we flip, I don't know, I think that they might flip Kamara to the other side where he used to play, and move uh, the Page, or I always screw up his name, or Naduki. I don't know. Yeah. But anyway, they move him over. Maybe I don't know. Maybe they put. God, I just drew a name. I drew a blank on his name. He's been really good for us. 97. Defensive tackle, defensive end.
I know who you're talking about.
Gee. People, I talk about him all the time. When he was younger. But
defensive
end. And you did a Page, and then I have he's a sophomore.
Tuckham?
No. God, I can't believe I drew a blank on this. I'm so sorry.
Ratcliffe?
No.
Landino.
Yeah, Ladino. God, why did I do that? Great season too, and they can move him. He's quick. He's a quick player. Some people say that they're going to do Isaiah Jones in that spot. Isaiah Bones Jones, and
that would be interesting.
But then you have Hardy out there, and of course we have our main man out there, Fisher out there. That might be interesting. It might be a thing that we look at.
Alabama does the same schemes we do,
right?
The RPOs, right?
Yeah.
I think we see what they're doing first, and then make adjustments after the first half, or the first quarter.
I really think that we play a lot of zone.
Yeah, we do
most of the time, but I really think that we can. I mean, their receivers are tall, but I think that Sharp and Pons could go one-on-one outside, carry that, make the outside zone and the backside safeties and zone, and then coming down and beat that. Our linebackers out and like a little zone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I see the vision that you have. I think we don't give Ty Simpson any room because he's going to be the big alter of this game.
Yeah.
He's a good QB. He throws accurately. He can get the ball off less than 4 seconds. What we need to do is to make sure that we don't give him any opportunity whatsoever. I'm saying 0 blitzes.
Yeah,
we have the secondaries out there to make the play, but we need someone up there to constantly get at him and make him and throw those mistakes.
The stunning up front defensive line.
Alabama also has a good running back too, so that's something we need to work on. Number 17, wide receiver on Alabama. He's a playmaker.
Yeah.
He made multiple plays against Oklahoma. He's shifty.
Yeah.
He's very shifty. Some of the things I've seen when he caught a pass off the 20-yard line running into the 5, he made 2 men miss, got hit by 1, and still jumped and done like a little spin and twirl with it. It doesn't matter if you're tall or not, you have to lock that man down. The one thing that I seen was a mistake on Oklahoma's cornerback is that he didn't turn around for the ball.
His hips weren't turning at the right time.
And he caught the ball over the dude's head and hung on to it.
Yeah.
So these guys can play, but it's all about if we can pressure the QB because that's where it starts.
I'm not on my normal setup now because you. So, can you look up the stats of the game for the player stats for me on ESPN? Or young. So I think it's going to be a lot of offensive we're gonna have to be offensively. I think that we really have to get the running game going, get that going. Uh, Play action pass, RPOs, and stuff like that. Fernando, I think, could do really well in this game because Alabama plays a lot of zone too. They like to keep everything in front of them. They like to keep the plays in front of them. So I think that we can do really well in that. Our offensive line, I'm really curious to see if we got our guys back, Drew Evans, and our big tackle back again. Hopefully his goes better. And we've had a lot of time to injure after a physical season. It was really a physical season, especially at the end of the season, the games that we played. So hopefully everybody's back and healthy now, and we'll be able to work on some things. I'm sure that Coach Sig and the offensive coordinator, Shanahan and Brian Haynes and Pat Koontz and the whole crew. I'm sure that they've been watching film together for the last couple of days now.
So what do you
Start
want to
practice
know?
up Monday. I was just curious on Alabama's receiving stats and running stats. I didn't think that Alabama had a very good running game against Oklahoma.
No, they didn't.
I know that Oklahoma's quarterback had a lot of runs, but he actually ended up losing a lot of the runs because he got sacked so much in the second half. I'm just visualizing the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
Alabama switched defenses in the second half. They went man to man, didn't they?
yeah, they did a lot of man-to-man, zone also. It was a bunch of different schemes that they're throwing out.
Yeah, they really altered our defense a lot in the second half. They did a lot of different stunts. They're found the weakness in Oklahoma's defense.
So Ty Simpson had 232 passing yards.
Yeah. So how do the wide receivers do? Because I don't have my stuff up right now.
Well, their leading wide receiver only had 79
Yards.
yards.
Now was that one of them was a big play, right? So,
Yeah, one of them was a good play, and then a linebacker D. Lawson had 1 sack, and then he had 10 solo tackles.
for Alabama.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then the one interception was the cornerback picked it off and it went all the way down.
Yeah.
Right, for 50 yards, I believe. If I can remember.
It was a
correctly.
50-yard, yeah.
I haven't really had a chance to rewatch the game yet. Been kind of busy down here in Florida. We got the whole family down here visiting in the condo of my parents, and so I've got my grandson here. I've got my son here. I've got his fiance here. Of course, my mom, who's getting up from a chair right now. I don't know what she's doing, and she's wandering to the kitchen. Okay, sorry. Update. She's going to get a drink, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, so it's great to have the whole family here. We have my son's brother-in-law, Caden here, too. He's 14 years old, played football at
Bachelor Middle School.
I think he's the quarterback position. We'll have to do a lot of work with that. We got to watch a lot of film, get his feet going right.
Oh, man, I don't think his feet are a problem. He just ran 8 freaking miles.
I know that, but I mean, like, quick feet.
Yeah.
And eye discipline,
Yeah.
reading defenses, the different throws. I mean, there's a lot to do at a quarterback position. Well, anyway, we're getting off point here. The guy. So we'll get back to the game. What do you think, Chase? I know that we have a whole bunch of time here before we go into the next game.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't watched film, people. So we haven't watched film I haven't been able to watch film for Alabama going back some games and the game against Oklahoma as a coach. Now I watched the game as a fan, the love of football, but I haven't watched it like strictly looking at the defense. You know what I mean? The offense and what the quarterback does, how his feet is, what the lineman does, how they line up for run versus pass. I didn't tight ends, where the tight end goes, the shifts. And as a coach, that's what you're looking at on both sides.
An interesting one. It's gonna be a hard fought battle because both teams want it.
Yeah, of course they want it. This is the next level. And Indiana, I tell you what, they're gonna have to bring it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I really want them to bring it. I want them to win this game and keep on moving on, and not, because there's a ton of people out there, national analysts even, that will say Indiana doesn't belong in this spot. I'm like, God, what more do they have to do? But that's what I mean. I love for us to go beat Alabama.
Yeah.
And keep on going, because then Alabama, then we have Oregon versus Texas Tech in our bracket. And, we might end up having to do, which is kind of freaking weird to think about it. We might have to play Oregon again, right? go on and play Georgia, Ohio State. We might have Ohio State versus Indiana.
A repeat. Yeah,
that'd be funny.
It would be funny. See, with Indiana and what they're going to have to do, again, it's going to pressure, do what we're made to do, fast, physical, relentless. Always look forward to the first game. It's your first
It's
game.
1-0.
It's 1-0.
Or 0-0 now because you're in the playoffs.
Yeah, so, and, the bias that always, like the SEC bias, I want to say we haven't played anybody. I can put money down and bet you the same teams that we played all season can outlast you.
Yeah.
Easily. I mean, you guys don't.
The top 5 of the Big Ten, I think, could give SEC a run for their money.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
And this game's gonna prove it. If it's what they say is true. If Alabama comes out and wins against us, all right, you guys were right.
Yeah.
But we beat them, then I promise you, the whole world's gonna shut up. Driving through Alabama with pride, so I'll come bring my butt right back down here where it's warm. I'll even get a little thing for my truck and put
my truck, so I'll get it blown up.
Truck. It's gonna be Grandpa's truck.
Oh, you're gonna come back back again.
Yeah, it's a possibility.
Well, the next
Atlanta.
Yeah. So if we win, we'll go to Atlanta.
Yeah, when we go to Atlanta.
Because I can't afford to go to California. It was like freaking
Pasadena.
That was like $4,000, not even with tickets for 2 of us.
Yeah,
I can't.
Good.
I mean, if we had $10,000, I mean, I want you guys to have somewhat of a Christmas.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's true.
We got to come down to Florida, bring the grandson down here, and my son, and your fiance or wife or whatever you want to call her.
It's pretty much my wife.
Yeah, she is.
She's staring at me right now. Anyhow, no, Alabama isn't going to win this game off of mistakes, because if we catch them on a mistake,
yeah, our points off turnovers are huge.
We ain't gonna let up.
Points off turnovers.
That's one thing Oklahoma did, and they let up.
Yeah.
Once you grab that bull by the horns, you need to put that bull down in the damn grass and not let it back up.
Stab it in the heart.
Yeah, and that's something that we're good at.
Yeah, we are. We have that. We have a killer mentality, and it's crazy to see too. If you look at it, like how many stars we have playing on our side of the ball, and everybody's like, "There's no way that IU could keep up with the stars of Alabama." I'm like, we beat Ohio State, and
what happened to Oregon?
Yeah, what happened to Oregon?
To Penn State? What happened to Iowa?
Yeah, that's just nuts to me.
What happened to Ohio State?
Yeah. I mean, if you looked at that, it's just like, wow,
I hate it when people go based off stars because this is a true prime example that stars don't mean anything.
Stars don't mean anything. It's how hard you're willing to work and how much of a teammates you're going to be for each other. The brotherhood, to me, whenever I was coaching, I always wanted to have that, the brotherhood. I wanted a strong team together. I want you to be teammates first and not worry about your yards or passes or goals or anything. I want you to be teammates together and work hard as a unit.
Yeah. The team I played on, we still keep in contact with each other because we have that strong bond. And, two of us, we all grew up together all through high school, and now we all have our separate families. But
yeah, they brought this up online the other day, which is kind of funny. Alabama has 14 5-stars, 50 4-stars, 3 17 stars. Indiana has 0 5-stars, 7 4-stars, and 55 3-stars.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, who cares?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Who really cares?
It's the same thing as, Ohio State. They have 11 5-stars, 56, and 18 3s. It doesn't matter. If you're willing to play hard, work hard, and go for a common goal, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But
and Fernando wasn't really a highly recruited people, and some of the other people.
Yeah.
So most of our team.
It proves a lot more.
Yeah.
Alabama, their fans are just worried about another national title, buddy. You have another thing coming. You take us down, you have to go through Ohio State. You got to take us down, you got to go through Oregon. One of us three are going to batter you.
Right.
We are going to batter you. And they think about it, too. They only get a week off. We've had 3.
Yeah.
We coached. We were watching the game, and already half film broke out. I bet you every single one of them and our players are very antsy.
I'm sure they are. I'm sure that the coaches and players and support staff, because even the support staff, you think the recruiting guys and stuff like that, I mean, they're watching film too, I'm sure. A second.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So they're working on that too. Getting film together for coach. You know what I mean? For the players that he might want. There's a lot of players out there. We'll discuss that at a later time. I'm worried about Alabama.
Yeah. Having it up here, Ty Simpson has thrown for 3,500 yards. Their running back, Jam Miller, ran for 504. I think that's Jeremy Bernard. Their wide receivers, 802. Dante Lawson, linebacker, 76 tackles. Bray Hubbard, DB, 4 interceptions.
Wow.
This is a team where we cannot have these mistakes. We can't have broken coverage. We can't fumble the ball. We can't. It's going to have matter during this game.
Most definitely. I 100% agree with you, Chase. The coaching, the offensive, defensive, special teams. I mean, look at Oklahoma. The special teams cost them, 14, 17 points, something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I really hope, and I know they are, but I say it every game. I hope we win out on this game and how much it's going to mean for Hoosier Nation to have this win, not only against Alabama, but against the SEC in general.
Yeah.
And when we do win this, we have to be ready for the feedback of, oh, well, we won this much against the Big Ten. Well, that doesn't matter. You guys ain't going to the Natty.
Yeah. I really want us to win the Natty this year, that's for sure.
Y'all got lucky, man. Alabama, y'all got lucky. Y'all didn't belong in this. You guys got so lucky.
Oklahoma, they're lucky that Oklahoma didn't beat them if they didn't make such mistakes. I mean, you look at it, it was 2 yards. If the quarterback didn't if he would have ran that instead of trying to throw that 40-yard pass,
this whole game
would have been different.
Yeah.
Because then you don't have the punt drop. Then you don't have the interception. You don't know what's going to happen, but I'm just saying it's a whole different game.
Yeah.
The field position changes.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Well, this is going to be kind of a short show today. Are you done with what we're going to say today? Or you have some more to say? Or
No, not really. I watching some of these games, over the past weekend, and there's more coming up. With the big games, props for JMU hanging on.
yeah, I feel bad for Jamie because they did play with. I mean, they did play, and it's a tough game against one of probably the top teams in the country, maybe top 3 easily in the country.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they did. And, Tulane didn't. I mean,
yeah, Tulane.
And the argument, too, that Notre Dame should have been there, and that just is upping now more. Another SETC team should have been in it. That they're saying that, too, that they should have the best 12.
I think Duke should have been in there.
Yeah.
I think Duke should have been in there at most.
They're saying BYU too. I mean,
BYU and Duke. I would have loved watching them two coming to play in the college playoff. Other than JMU and Tulane, I would have put JMU and Tulane in a good bowl game like the Boca Raton Bowl or Raton, whatever.
Boca Raton.
One of those good bowl
or
games.
Orlando,
somewhere nice. I just don't know if I would have put them at Austin.
Yeah.
In Oregon against Oregon at their home stadium.
Yeah, that's a tough place to play for anybody.
That's a really tough place to play. It's 9th in the country, actually.
Right.
9th in the country, stadium. So.
Right.
Yeah, they're
and just a distance going from one all the way from being a team that doesn't usually do that.
Yeah.
So JMU having to go all the way from Virginia, all the way across the country to Oregon to a place that is like totally different from what you're used to.
Definitely.
And a stadium that's very, very loud. They never played a game like that, I wouldn't think, against a stadium like that. I mean, I haven't really looked at JMU's schedule, but I'm sure they didn't. So
another game too is that I'm very interested in watching is going to be a Texas Tech and Oregon game.
You're saying Texas Tech and Oregon. That's going to be a good game, I think.
I think both defenses are going to show up on this game.
Do you? We got a helicopter going by, people, so it's got to get a little out of here for a second. But we'll just go, let them go, and we'll start talking again.
Yeah. That's going to be a good one.
Well, you had a good day fishing yesterday, didn't you?
Oh, man. Yeah.
Because we love to fish when we come down here. We fish a lot. We actually sometimes bring the boat down and go over to the Central Florida and visit my uncle.
Freshwater
fishing at Lake June of the Winter, Lake Clay, Lake Estopa, Sebring.
I had 7 fish yesterday. The rip current today is a little rough, so we're going to try a different spot. But
yeah, so I take the grandson over to the port, let him see it, and then take him over to a park, let him play. So.
But it's going to be another good day. It's when we get back to Indiana, be wishing I'm back here.
Yeah, that's what usually happens. I'm ready. I would move down here in a second if it wasn't for other obligations that I have.
Yeah.
AKA wife, house,
child,
grandchild, daughter, grandsons.
Yeah. So bunch of different things.
I think our World War II plane's coming to mind now.
I think so too.
I can't see him. I don't have my glasses on right now, but yeah.
He's down yonder.
Yeah.
But no, this college football playoff is going to be fun.
Yeah. I'm excited. We might do another show before we leave.
Yeah, we might just see how everything pans out.
Yeah, see how this looks like when I redo it, edit or whatever. Watch it.
You got Texas Tech versus Oregon. You have Alabama versus Indiana. And Ohio State and Ole Miss, right?
Yeah.
So
Georgia and Ole Miss, right?
Oh yeah, it's Georgia and Ole Miss.
I don't have it up in front of me.
I wonder. Here, don't know.
We gotta look it up. I mean, we're getting bad here. We just haven't had time to look at a lot of things because we've been here. Sorry.
It's loaded.
It's loaded.
Yeah. No, it's gonna be Ohio State and Miami.
Oh, Ohio State, Miami. Yeah,
That's gonna be another great game.
yeah, I think so.
Um,
And then Georgia and Ole Miss,
that's gonna be a fun one.
right?
Well, I think Georgia's gonna walk them, but
Yeah, I think so too. Then of
I
course,
don't know. Then again, you may think Ole Miss might have some tricks up their sleeve, and
they played them really tough the last time they played them.
yeah,
So we'll have to see. People, I think we're done. We'll get some more information together, and maybe we'll come back and do another one before we leave. Do you have something else to say, Chase?
no, I just looking at these games and the brackets actually finally hitting me, understanding what's going on here. But yeah, so go Hoosiers and
Yeah, go Hoosiers. Remember to like and share. Help us out here at Hoosier Faithful. Want to get probably next season. We'll probably get more on the X and other things live, which is very costly. And but yeah, like and share, please. From beautiful
Cocoa Beach, Florida.
Cape Canaveral, Cocoa Beach, Florida. Have a great day. Go Hoosiers. Beat Alabama. Let's go.